So it is now official. It is now official. You see, Paige Bueckers, a lot of people were trying to get her to the Golden State Valkyries. A lot of people were really interested in her going to the Valkyries because, well, it's Golden State, it's Paige, it's going to be a big market. But, like, Paige Bueckers is not going to be a Valkyrie. She is confirmed not to be a Valkyrie because the Valkyries have the 5th pick. It says here, Valkyries unlikely to draft or to see Paige Bueckers' chance. Valkyries see Paige Bueckers' chance fade as WNBA sees draft slot. Or sets draft slot. So, obviously the title here, you can't see it says them unlikely, which is why I misread it. But WNBA announced Thursday the Valkyries received the 5th overall pick, setting the operational precedent for the expansion teams. That's obviously, like, not in the lottery. We kind of knew that. I think everyone kind of knew that. Another top women's league, San Diego Wave, received the number 1 pick when they joined 2022. You don't really want to give them the number 1 pick. You don't want to give it. But players will be eligible for this year's draft, but chose to return to Bueckers, who's eligible for this year's draft, chose to return to UConn. She's widely the top prospect for 2025, but Stanford's Kiki Iriafen in a breakout started last tournament. Last tournament? Did Stanford not get upset early? Wait, did Stanford not lose early? Like, I think, did thing not get fouled out, Brink, and they lost in a bit of like a shock? Am I wrong with that? Yeah, well, not really a shock, to be fair. I was about to say, I was like, they did lose to NC State. Not really a shock, because in their defense, like, NC State did go make the Final Fours. But, yeah, it was a decent enough run. But, like, to be fair, Kiki Iriafen did have a huge junior year. She had an absolutely huge junior year. The Sparks had the best chance for number 1 overall pick. I hope she doesn't go to the Sparks. It's a disaster of a franchise. And the more Magic Johnson gets involved in a franchise, the worse it's going to be. We have learned, like, if Magic Johnson gets involved, something bad's going to happen. Valkyries enter their final stages of putting their staff together. Their coach is a huge one. The expansion draft, if you are this team, if you're the Valkyries, you're hoping to land Diamond Miller and Nalissa Smith. They're the 2 players you're probably going to want to build around. But when we're looking at the mock draft, I think they're going to make a huge mistake. So, is this a recent enough one? Yeah, so this is like the most recent mock draft from ESPN. They've got Paige going number 1, which is fine. Like, they're not going to get Paige. You're not going to get Paige. You're not going to get Kiki Iriafen. But, like, if you are the Valkyries, for me anyway, what I would be looking at getting is not falling into the AZ Fudd trap. Like, I'm sorry, AZ Fudd's barely played a game of basketball since going to college. Like, averaging 13.1 points. She's played 42 college games. She's barely played a game. So, yeah, I'm not really high on AZ Fudd, but AZ Fudd is dropping. Like, Washington, by the way, if Washington have the 4th and 6th picks in the draft, which they do, they are 150% taking Dominique Malonga. Like, Dominique Malonga is 6'6", with probably a 7'2" wingspan, freaky athletic, played at the Olympics, is 18 years old, will be 19, if she decides to come over straight away, will literally be 19 years old in the WNBA in her first year. So she's got, like, what, 3 years younger than a lot of other rookies? Like, you've got Paige Bueckers. Like, Dominique Malonga is what, she's 19. She's born in late 2003. Like, she's like 2.5 or 2 and a bit years younger than Paige Bueckers. She's 2.5 years younger than Hailey Van Lith. Obviously, there are players for certain teams, but if I was Golden State and Olivia Miles falls in your lap and she's healthy, good call. Good call. But I'm worried that they're going to go for the home run pick. They're going to go for the TikTok pick. They're going to go for we drafted you because you were high ranked in high school. The Katie Lou Samuelson in 2019 pick. I think they're going to take AZ Fudd. I just have a really weird feeling because there's no way Washington take AZ Fudd. Unless she has an unbelievable college year, there's no way. Like, if you're looking late in the draft, someone like Sonia Citron suits Washington way better, and they also don't need AZ Foot. When you've got Brittany Sykes and Ariel Atkins as your wings, you need a point guard. So they're obviously, I think they have them taking a point guard 6, do they? Yeah, they have a Cheyenne Sellers. They'll probably take her with 4, and if Malonga's there at 6, they're not passing on Malonga. And also, they're not passing up on Olivia Miles. If Olivia Miles is there for them, they're going to take Olivia Miles. But there is no way the Chicago Sky are taking Anissa Morrow. There is absolutely no way they're taking Anissa Morrow at 3. But yeah, that's kind of the big thing for them, though, is that they now have the 5 pick in the draft, which means you're not going to get your star likely. It's likely you're not going to get your star in the class. Like, it's a really, really good, like, crop of players in the draft, but outside of Paige Bueckers, it doesn't look like anyone's going to be a star. I'm not high on Kiki Riafin. I think she doesn't shoot the ball well enough. She's athletic enough. She is going to probably dunk 2 or 3 times in her rookie year. I don't think she shoots the ball well enough. And the problem is she can't play the 5. So I don't see her going. Not that I don't see her going number 2. I think she's going to come in for the Dallas Wings and play kind of a hybrid 4-5 when Tierra McCown sits on the bench, assuming the Dallas Wings can get her at 2, or assuming they're number 2. But for the Valkyries, it means that the expansion draft is really important. So if I'm the Valkyries now, I'm looking at, if you were getting the number 1 overall pick, you don't need Nalissa Smith. But I would be looking to do something to get Nalissa Smith. Even if it means, and I know this sounds crazy, even if it means going and trading 5 or trading 5 for 8 and Nalissa Smith if she's protected. Like, that is the play. It's moved down 3 spots in a draft where realistically you're gonna be happy out. We're moving down a couple of spots. Maybe Nalissa Smith and next year's first. Or maybe Nalissa Smith 8 for 5. Like, that's a genuine, like, that's worth it. Getting Nalissa Smith, who's probably gonna be better than the 5th pick for you guys, and you still get the 8th pick for 5. And if you are the Indiana Fever, it means you have the chance to basically, you can go and get yourself, looking like a big guard, like a Sellers. You can get yourself a Sonia Citron, who will definitely be there at 5. You don't know if she's going to be there at 8. If you really just are like, cool, we don't need a rookie, let's take a swing on Malonga. Something like that could work for the Valkyries. But the expansion draft is of the utmost importance now, because that's where you're going to get your star player. Whoever the unrestricted free agent will be nice, but someone like a Diamond Miller, you're going to have to swing for the fences in the expansion draft. Like, there's no point, for example, if the Fever, with their players protected, going for Demiris Dantas, you're going to have to swing for the fences on a Grace Berger, because you're not going to get the star in a rookie. So it's not going to be about getting your Paige Bueckers and finding a bunch of really good players in the expansion draft to build around her. Good players right now. With getting the 5th pick, you're not going to get that star straight away. So it's all going to be about shooting for the stars.